Anyways. Like I said, point is, someone like Henri. This is basically saying I have a hidden side. I think that's what I get from this fit. I don't go too much deeper, but I think people can get what I mean when I say that. Is in a certain time you would see that side. But yeah, here's your tea. Nick, I guess you're being a good host, but this is your house. In a sense. I was looking through your nation's game catalog. I've been enthralled looking at the best-selling game. Oh. Really? I don't know if that history is one you want to dive. Well, it is interesting. It's very interesting to see how different the trends were compared to the PC continent. Really? I do think the differences in trends isn't as great as... Yeah, that part. The gap has definitely narrowed. Which one? An app on your phone, Castle Night. It's not only on smartphones, though. There are... Wait, did you actually, unironically... Because, again, when I mentioned PC, I know... I'm surprised I even had to explain that, but I know PC's not the PC CPU. That's why I kept on theorizing that there would be one later. But you actually mentioned PC. Is that the first time? Is there... But no, there would need to be a PC CPU there, wouldn't there? But why is it called the PC continent if you... Alright, let's just listen. Is that so? I'm trying to think about what you're talking about. Castle Night. Because again, when I think of Sega, I think of like, what? Yakuza? Sega? Wait, there's another night game. Not night as in... like... Knight. Shadow Knight? This is my first time hearing of it. Let's play together? Oh. What are you two doing? A game from the PC continent. Oh! Oh, I thought you were talking about a Sega game. Okay, well then yeah. Yeah, it's... No, not Shadow Knight. What's that game? It's a really hard game. But I know what they're talking about. Is it Shadow Knight or is it... Shoot, Thundering would kill me. That's one of my admins, by the way. It's one of his favorite games. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though. You want to play too? Here's the thing. If it's what I'm thinking, no, you do not. I actually was tempted to try and play a game like that. But I think I've got enough difficulty with the new game I'll be playing on my second channel. Again, I will recommend it. That's going to be a fun series. But you want to play? No, you two shouldn't. You two shouldn't. And you should be nervous. Can you play too? Henri, you know what you're doing. It's on your phones? You can play it on mobile? I guess there would be no reason why you couldn't. But I've never seen it. There's been a lot going on, so the store version isn't available right now. That's not a big problem. The creator's given us a way to play it directly. I'll show you how to download it. You must be getting tired. Yeah, I saw it's nighttime now. My aim is getting less and less. Your aim? It's so dark out already? We got a bit carried away with that game? No, it must not be what I'm thinking then. Really? You liked it a lot? It was so much fun? No, I don't know this game. Why are they acting like this was so popular? It couldn't have been just in Japan. Now I gotta look that up. Well, I always wanted to play a game like this. I had a vague idea of what I wanted to do, and I I could just do it in the game, amazing. It's tons of fun to watch too. It works great for esports and streaming. Now, what the heck is this game? Simple but deep and with so many ways to have fun. It's awesome, right? I'm inspired. I'm so glad I got to experience one of the great games that the PC continent has to... I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up just to make sure I'm not going crazy. Thanks so much for the opportunity. If I can increase Castle Knight user population by just 1 user, I'm happy. So is this a game that the devs liked particularly? The store version is not available right now. That will give me some kind of hint on to what it is. For another time? You all could just order in. I mean, it's a Basilicom. Surely there's some restaurants here. Really? Maho, you're not Neptune. You can't say that, all right? I mean, one family shouldn't do that to each other, but at the very least, do something for... Well, Maho's trying to push the BFF category. Again, I don't think we're there yet, but fine. If that's what you want. I guess Maho did come here. That's probably what the
I'll wait for you.
third event is all about. Okay, be right back again. All right, again, I looked it up.
Stare. It's impolite.
Ironically, there is a game called Shadow Knight. It was a gacha game, but yeah, I got no clue.
Looks like our destination is still ahead.
It might be one of those things that's
Like that door's closed. Yeah.
specific towards Japan, but I just have a hard time believing that the real popular games, like for example, Genshin Impact, I've never played it, but I know about it. You know, I've seen the characters, I've seen advertisements. That's a game where it's like, yeah, wherever you want to play it, it exists. And I don't believe it's been addressed in the series. And it would be perfect for describing for a game
We're not there yet, you know.
that would be on, well, pretty much everywhere. So,
Where were we going again?
in fact, there's a game I can hardly think that's more popular than that. So I can't help but wonder if the devs, especially if it's been taken off stores, so you have to take a roundabout way to download it.
It's not safe just to leave me like this.
I don't know. Again, if you all can let me know, I am ignorant of that. But to be honest, I've honestly felt that when it comes to, like, for example, Xbox games, because I don't really see a lot of Halo stuff that's mentioned. You know, that's their #1, like, if you think about Xbox,
Was I too fast? I'll slow down
That's-
if you need me to.
pretty much, especially in the latest generation, you know, Halo was pretty much all they had. So, and that had a ton of issues and
Door's
delays in
closed.
even getting out.
We should make sure it's
Something
not
like that
a
is a
trap.
definite reference. And I know that the Xbox isn't nearly as big in Japan, so that I can understand. But I thought that PC gaming would at least be, and that's one thing that worries me about the PC CPU ever showing up, is that I got the impression that it wasn't as big as it is in other places in Japan. Mobile gaming is. So, but they just mentioned a PC game, which is why I'm saying, if you mention a PC game, Baldur's Gate wasn't a PC game, was it? Well, I think you could play it on PC.
What? Are you tired?
But I have to remember when did
Give
this
me
come
that
out.
look.
Well, either way, there are, I know popular PC games, and
Stop staring at me.
I've never heard of anything that sounds similar to that. Well, League of Legends? But that didn't sound like League of, because I could see
It's
a
not safe just to
massively
leave me like
multiplayer
this.
game.
I'll open it.
I just
The door's
think
closed.
they didn't choose a good
We should make sure it's
representation.
not
I
meant
should
to be
know
trapped.
about it. At least that's my thought process. Oh, it's not in your room.
I'll open the door.
I should have went here
Too
first.
fast. I'll slow down.
Right, I saw this. But But again, yeah, oh yeah, that'll be the question of the day for this episode. Do you think there were better representations that they could have chosen? And if so, what would you pick for a PC PC representation? Yeah, a good game for the PC. Well, not the PC Nation, but because apparently smartphones are included in that.
Looks like our destination is still ahead.
But what would be good representation for a PC game? Keeping in mind this came out a year ago. So, anyways, with that being said, or do you think that the games that they chose were good representations? If you even know what they are, because I don't. All right. Finally done cleaning. Oh, okay, something you wanted to do. Okay. For her afternoon snack. And yeah, question. So does Neptune travel to her office? And that's something, if they do decide to add something else in the next game and they're bringing the Basilicon back, we need the throne room or whatever that room is that looks like there's thrones in the background for them to sit. I don't know what that room is, but I know it's at least in the Basilicon. That's number one. And most of their conversations seem to take place in that area. Number two, we also need, if they have offices, we need to see those offices. Because honestly, it looks like you two could just do your work there, in that desk right there. Compa! Alright. I was almost thinking that you wouldn't be here. Even though your voice actor's been there, but you don't have... Why is Compa's first scene not voiced? Well, it's a sub-event. I gotta give him that. Sub-events, okay. But why is your first event a sub-event? You brought some goodies today? Freshly picked apples. I thought I remember seeing an apple tree in Planetoon. Again, that's the new game I'm playing. They have an apple farm. Because I was hoping to determine where Compa and IF live. That's the last thing I would like, is identification on where in the residential district they live. You brought so many? It's no big deal, really. I did some work for a local farmer and they gave me these as thanks. Speaking of, I would like to know how strong Compa is too. To be wielding that large needle the way you do it, it has to take some strength. You'll gladly accept them? You're practically doing me a favor. There's no way we could eat them all. You act as if the two of you are living together. Oh, really? Apple pie? That does sound pretty great. Is it just me? It might just be me, but I'm wondering if they had Compa sit out to not clash with Maho's personality. Because I feel like well, no, it's not clash, but blend in. I don't know why, but it seems like we've seen Compa in this game multiple times, even though I know it's the first time. I don't know what it is. That's probably it's just me. It's a weird thought. But yeah, Compa can help cook. Actually, no, it is kind of... If you're not going to give us Suzume, okay. But Compa was in the game and wasn't there to comfort Nepgear. Let's not forget, the first team in Rebirth 2 was these three. Compa and IF helped support. They actually rescued Nepgear first off. Couldn't get the others, and helped Nepgear get to the point that she was able to rescue the others. Compa should have been there to comfort Nepgear when she thought Neptune was dead. But alright. Anyways, you'll be stuck watching. Actually, that sounds boring. Can you help with something? That's the way you're supposed to be. Well, I mean, you can just watch, but... Speaking of, what's this? Welcome home? They're just moving up so many levels. they are still... Okay. Again, there's a difference. I guess if they lived in a basilicom, then they can... Or, actually, I don't know what that place... A bunker? It wasn't in a bunker with Histoire. I guess that part is okay. It's just, I would have preferred for this to happen, I guess, after we've cleared everything with Gray's sister. Welcome home. Compa, this is your first time meeting them. What do you mean? That's tight. Now there is something here. I don't know what I'm thinking is similar between the two. Is it the bubbliness? But Neptune has that as well. In fact, I would say Neptune is more similar to Maho. No, Maho's got a weird intelligence about her, though. Oh, it's not weird. I can't explain it. Can't explain it. You like... So you've met before, apparently. That makes sense. If they've been with Histoire, Compa probably would have met them already. To the moon. To the moon. I just can't get through to you? Apple pie gives me all the feels. Give me a big slice. I'm so relieved to hear it. Please just have the same seat and I'll bring it out. Oh, maybe it's their voices. Yeah. I mean, I recognize Christina V's voice. Trust and believe that. I actually don't know who Maho's voice actor is. I know Teach Me gave me the details, but considering Grey Sister, I was trying to avoid knowing. If I knew the voice actor, I thought I could probably narrow it down between Maho and Henri. You like apple pie too, right? Yo, pass. Sliced apples? Oh, it just dawned on me. Okay, now this, I would have been mad if I missed this. The other stuff, I do think those are obscure references. I had to look them up. But this, you are Android, aren't you? You don't have exactly the Android symbol. Doesn't mean you're a CPU, but if you're if you're an Android, you would need to be a mobile CPU. Darn it. But from what I got from Henri's backstory, Henri met Maho by pure chance. But her family lived in the Basilicom, though. But Maho didn't know Henri. At least Henri didn't get the... Okay, that's the weird part about Henri's story. I actually cut some stuff out because I reconfirmed with myself what the deal was between Henri and Maho. But from Henri's perspective, she just met Maho for the first time when she lost her memories. So even though her family was in the Basilicom, working, I'm assuming, with their original goddess, Henri didn't know Maho. I don't know how that's the case, but that is another puzzle piece. I'm just going to say that. We won't theorize yet. But what I will say, you seem to be very clearly Android. Ziri, I do think, is Siri, which is interesting that, Siri looks like an Android as well. But that's just beside the point. The main thing, though, Maho says she loves apples. I thought that was weird. She's apple. I said that before when we met Gray's sister. Now, why did I mention that with Gray's sister and not Maho? Okay, well, either way, I think they're Apple and Android. Those are the companies that they're representing, and Maho's... Yeah. It's gotta be. Or if that's the case, if Henri does ever turn out to be a CPU, but it would make the most sense that she would be Gray's sister, wouldn't it? Or Oh, no. Nope. Here comes the theories. I'm leaving. We're continuing. That's right. Wait, did I skip something? Oh no. I think Neptunia was saying that's right to Henri's comment. Then my host says, yep. Okay. Go for it. I can't believe you don't like apples. Henri, you realize that you're like missing out half of what... Yeah. Your apple. I have to say that that's not a very... it also reflects in their personalities as well. Apple is said to be more of a... People are buying for the brand, and it's not a serious phone compared to Android, where it's a lot more... If people were smart... Well, at least that's the argument my friends make, right? But I'm pretty sure it's a general argument. I've seen it online as well. That Android, you get a lot more for the money you pay for. It's technically the superior phone, but Apple has brand recognition. So, and now I'm looking at the two of them. It makes sense for them to be who they are. Also, for Apple kind of taking over the world, Apple has PCs too. And I didn't think of that part. It's one thing for you to be the smartphone CPU. It's another for you to be Apple. Okay. In fact, it makes a lot more sense for Henri to be Gray's sister from that standpoint, because Maho can literally, if she's Apple, take over the world. We'll see what they do with this, but that's huge news if that's what's going on here. You made her mad? Welcome back. You missed the apple pie, I think. Now that's a nice image. I feel like we're back in the old games finally. This place is popping today. That's another thing, if I didn't mention, I didn't see IF for Compass weapons there either. That's what really made it strange. It's like, okay, they've been in every game. Well, pretty much. Actually, more IF than Compa. I'm thinking of Super Dimension. But, I think there was one game that they weren't in. But not having their weapons there, when they had every reason to be there, that's what really made me think, okay, they have to be doing something with this map, and Uzma in particular, in the future. You must be baking apple pie? Oh, it's not done yet. Yeah, I was thinking, it's like, that's nice and all, but you know what you really need to do in order to make her happy. Apple pudding. I was thinking about that, but I didn't know if that was possible. Wow. Oh, I mean, you're speaking about yourself, that you're blessed. And you are. You definitely recognize that. Dang. Well, I just think, well, I can't really afford to give Neptune the benefit of the doubt. She might have been exactly what she was thinking. But, you weren't cooking. You weren't a part of the cooking. And that's what she was focused on. Yeah. We have regular pudding too. Yeah, oh no. I also can't help but notice, if this is hinting between, beef between Apple and Android, Henri's technically still following that up. Again, if Gray's sister is who I think she is, then she is livid at Gray's sister. In fact, the whole parent thing, it could get deep if... Now I'm more curious about the references that they did. They had to have chosen them for a reason, because this is pretty good and pretty clever, I think, how they're doing this. You want regular pudding too? Try the apple, though. Oh, okay. You're worried she's gonna spoil. Again, I'm surprised. I know Maho supposedly lost most of the memory she regained, but I'm so surprised she's saying stuff like this. Huh.
What's wrong? We're not there yet, you know.
But yeah, couldn't they just work at this desk right here? Actually, while the chair is thinking about it, you gotta wonder if other people come here. But it's a locked room, and
I'll open it. That door's closed.
inside of these areas, there's really not much space. Like, this really looks like it's
Door's
meant for the
closed.
two of them.
We should make sure it's not rigged with a trap.
And, oh, yeah, they have their own desks right here.
Will you lead the way?
Which, by the way, I thought I didn't know who belonged to who, but this desk is a lot more tidy. This one is messy as heck. Look at the gloves and the
That
slippers.
looks like it should be fine, but maybe I should have Nepgear check it out for me.
And then you got the laptop right here. There's a laptop. That's a laptop. That's a laptop. I got questions on the technology in this place as well.
Why don't you take a rest and leave it to me?
All right, well,
If you're ever lost,
those look like
just
all the
check them out.
sub-events. Oh, no. Another one appeared. The arena's where we need to be? Oh, yeah, because there was underground arenas. All right, well, let's go downtown.
Just check the map.
What the heck? There are 3! Okay, well, it looks like there's, yeah, one right there. Why is it in the
Are
air?
you tired?
Okay, well, it didn't matter. Now, if you had your breakfast, I guess it's time to move to the digestive phase of the day? Are you saying what I think you're saying? Oh, I thought you were about to say you were about to... You know what? Never mind. We're gonna ignore that. You seem to be in good spirits today? Yeah, if I pay attention to Vert's fit, I guess it does. I don't know why, it just doesn't. Maybe because I'm used to it. Oh, yeah, I gotta remember. And it did make a impact, but in the older games, Vert had a side profile. Yeah, especially, and yeah, in Rebirth 3, that one in particular. I think if many of the others here had more side profiles, it would. Yeah, even Noir did. This is definitely more of a tasteful one approach. Another question of the day? Well, I don't know what episode this is, but the alt me or editing me, future me can use this if I want to. Seems like Neptune's just like us. It's as though the day hasn't truly begun until you log in and get your daily bonus. Oh, what do you expect? Another rock? Which one are you playing? Well, I don't. It's not like I know them all. Big money. That could be a loop. Another common. What do you mean, what are you doing? Yeah, you got crushed. I can already tell. I need to tell people to ignore whatever you're about to say. Why didn't you go for 10 rolls? Why even bother with a single roll? I'm afraid I don't understand. You mean wait till I have enough? Oh. It depends on the game. There are some games where it's beneficial to wait. Others, it just doesn't matter. If you say for 10 pulls, you're guaranteed at least one. In this particular game, or that's your belief? Because again, some games, they do use 10 as a way to incentivize you. Another question of the day. Do you agree? Well, there's probably data on that, but is it better for, well, of course, who wouldn't want an incentive for 10 rolls? If you just wait for that versus just one free, well, because it also could be an argument that if it doesn't matter and you just do one, you might get impatient and actually spend money. The whole point for them is not for you to just get units. It's for them, well, for you to be more willing to spend your money to get what you want. You've been playing it wrong this whole time. You increase the chance of getting a SSR on a single spin. Of course, you can play like Vert and save for multiple rolls too. There's no wrong way to do it. Again, depends on the game. Some tend... Also, because, for example, the one I played the most used to be Fire Emblem Heroes. And that one, you could summon 5 times, right? But if you are... Yeah, 5 times, because the way that gacha works is there's colors, and you can choose a color where your unit might be, because they're a certain color. Thing is, if you summon on all 5 spots at the same time, each spot normally costs 5, but there's a reduction in the cost the more you summon on that one panel. So, in other words, it's actually beneficial if you're just summoning to summon. You would use less currency that way. In-game currency, not real-life currency. Although you can use real-life currency to buy in-game currency. You know the drill. Well, maybe you don't. That's fair too. But the 10-pull gacha has a guarantee. It's not as though your odds of pulling an SSR actually go up all that much. You do? Really? All my items are so unorganized, I must have overlooked it. The bonus from the other day? It'll be fun to see if you get anything good. Stop dallying around, let's go. Which one do you want? Fate, don't fail me now. Wow. Wow. You got? You both got. Wow. Sorry you didn't get the super rare you wanted. What a buzzkill. How great would it have been if it came on the last one? What they need to do is record it. For some reason, recording works fantastically. But then again, I also don't... If it's gachas, I prioritize. I don't try to go for everything. Especially... The Fire Emblem gacha really taught me some stuff because there's so many characters that should have not have been in the attire they were. But they realized what sells. There were so many other characters where I was thinking, never in a million years would I think of you in this. But it was done in that gacha game. So, you know how much more you can take? You know, you're going to keep at it until you do it. I know you. You feel your heart will not heal so easily? No, she has. This is just a momentary setback. You may have some experience with social games, but honestly, nothing could have prepared me for this. Is it just me or these super rates, or super rare rates, just ridiculously too low? Less than 1% is outrageous. No, they can be like that because the game concept is bogus. That's why I eventually just stopped when it came to Fire Emblem Heroes. I was like, you know, it's a fun game and all, but what I really want is to actually play the characters. I got Fire Emblem games. And, well, to be fair, I got the game when there was a lull in Fire Emblem games. I wanted another one, and that gave me the itch I can scratch. Now, with the pace I play games, I pretty much will always have an option of a Fire Emblem game, I think. I am fairly certain by the time I finish the current one I'm on, there'll be another one out. Not the same with the Neptunia series, but actually, Adult Neptunes will be out by the time I'm ready to go, but I'm waiting on that. Well, either way, if you want it that bad, you can just pay to play until you get what you want. No, don't do that. I'm talking to you all. Don't do that. Yes, never. I like that. Exactly. Don't pay a single cent. You're making quite a lot of noise about something so irrational. Hey, Henry, just in time. Tell these two about that game theory thing you're always talking about. The nerd stuff. Math. See, you can't tell me Maho... It has to be 100% a joke because Maho just created that device. I'm not buying it. You can't be one of the quote unquote cool kids if that's what you want to do. You are one of us. Well, anyways, they don't need me to bring that up. All they have to do is check the news. Seems every day people enter in an uproar about some social game incorrectly displaying gacha rates. I wondered about that too. What I've actually wondered is if there was some sort of hidden pity rate, because that's been my experience. It seems to be, after so long, eventually I forget which game I'm thinking about. I have played quite a few, but often at times they end to be linked to what I'm doing here. That's gross, but now you mention it, it sure does seem to happen a lot. Yes, quite often it can be difficult to figure out what the real rates are, and if you did, it would be damaging to the game. If you're just in the clutches of the game's management, they can make or break your day with, yeah. That's a little much, don't you think? Just because one group does things unethically doesn't mean they all do. But do you really think it's just one group? Honestly, I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. I thought there was a law. Well, to be fair, I didn't really look too deep into it. So again, take what I say with a massive grain of salt. Looks like I have a bunch of stones I haven't traded in. Says here I can trade them in for a grand ticket. Oh, yeah. One of those. You seem to have hit the jackpot. Oh, you want that? With this pick, you can pick out anyone you want. Normally, no, I don't think. Typically, there's a catch with that in the sense of either the community votes for the one that they want, or you can get whatever one you want, but not really one of the good ones. At least from the ones I've played. Again, haven't played them all. Color, you jealous? You just exchanged yours in for the other day? Yeah, I was about to say, if you got the character you wanted back then, you have a problem, Vert. Actually, you have many. That's understandable. Wait, did I say it's understandable? Yes, yeah, it is. It is. Even though I don't fall for it, it's understandable. I know these games are popular for a reason. If it's any relief, all the games are basically free to play at this point. I, for one, hope they continue to grow. You too? We should always be excited about new ways to bring users great experiences. Yeah, see, that last line is exactly what you gotta worry about, all right? That's where they really get people to spend some money. Because again, Fire Emblem is a game about war, essentially. I mean, well, okay. I can't really comment because they also have done some stuff to get people to buy the game. Camilla comes to mind, and the current game again I'm playing comes to mind. When I get to Persona 3, I'm really gonna have some stuff to say. But anyways, not because the character's there, but there's comparisons. Anyway, the point is that you gotta watch out. All right. Yeah, I don't know who needs to hear this, but let me say, they're just pixels, okay? That you don't own. At least if it's a drawing, or like you can find some better stuff out there for free if you would like to do that. Heck, you could even pay somebody to do that for something much more satisfying. There are whole games that exist that you could play that are already ready for you, you know, fly out the box. Not like this one, but if I have to name it, you know, maybe something like Sinrin. Although, didn't Sinrin have a gacha game? Actually, yeah, maybe that's not the best way to... Point is, there are other games out there that you can play that would keep your sanity and your money a lot more intact. Okay? Unless you're interested in the story, which I can understand that. Or the gameplay. Just look, is my advice to you all. There are games that I didn't even think would exist that they do, and I'm like, wow. This is some top tier work too. What else games? We're gonna move on. Does that work for you? You don't play any, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're Android. You're Android. Well, I love these games, but Anime sure does love to hate them.
Where are we?
Are there still only 3 sub-events, or... Okay, so far, only stuff in
You wanna go
Planetary.
in here?
What the heck? Why did Blonde sound like that? Wait, did the other events...
You wanna go here?
Oh,
You
crud.
wanna go here? You wanna go here?
What is this?
You must be tired. Let's take a break. Be careful.